Why does yours not flip?
What?
Never mind. I don't know.
It's just, I don't know. That's really weird. It's got to be a setting.
Probably.
Does
George.
does the first clap work? Do you need another one?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever applies to you guys. It's 35mm Life again with another awesome podcast with your host DJ and my amazing co-host Mike.
Hi. I didn't have a language
I was about to ask you to.
I was trying to think
of
it in Tagalog, and I was like blanked. So I told you I'm white.
I wouldn't. So real quick, I got some cool news right before the pod, 10 seconds before we hit record.
Yeah. Yeah, he got super excited.
I did. My favorite movie as a kid was Twister. Love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Sequel's coming out.
Oh, nice.
My mom just tagged me on Facebook. Twisters, a sequel to the 1996 disaster epic Twister, will wreak havoc in movie theaters on July 19th, 2024.
That's soon.
If they release tickets for it right now, I'm already buying some.
I'm surprised that I haven't heard anything about it until now.
Same. So
Nuts.
If you guys haven't seen Twister, you absolutely should. Huge cult following. It's got Helen Hunt in it. Bill Paxton.
I don't know.
I can't remember if that's his name.
Remember, I'm not a movie.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Young Philip Seymour Hoffman. And rest in peace. Anyway, the acting in it, 6 out of 10. Okay. CG for the year, 10 out of 10. Looking at it now, though, it's 4 out of 10, huh?
Does it compete there with Tron in your CG ratings?
No. So I guess it shouldn't be 10 out of 10. I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I was like, if Tron's your 10 out of 10.
Tron's my 10 out of 10. Avatar's 10 out of 10 too. But I just love Tron. Watch it. Soundtrack, dope. It's got Van Halen on there. Goo Goo Dolls.
About to go throw it on tonight.
It's so good.
Home.
It's with the soundtrack or the movie?
Both.
Okay. There's a
I'll
song.
listen to the soundtrack separately with the movie, just all not synced up. You're just like,
perfect.
What is happening?
Perfect. There's a song that is not on the soundtrack unless they changed it, and it took me weeks to hunt it down.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I didn't want to just cheat and Google it.
Yeah.
And it's by Deep Purple, and not a lot of people know Deep Purple. But
Deep Purple did what is their big song? Is it Smoke on the Water? Is that Deep Purple?
Well, I guess it depends on what you mean, big song, like Maine.
Oh yeah.
Smoke on the Water is a dope song, but they for Twister, they did. So there's a 2-part song. You did see the original Twister movie though, right? No. Okay. Well,
I will do my history. I started Big Bang though. Okay, be proud of me.
I am proud of you. That's dope. You like it so far?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, Smoke on the Water. That came out in the 70s. But the song that you can't find on the soundtrack by them is Child in Time Part 1. And it's from the Fire in the Sky album. The entire song, I listened to the entire song for the climax of it, essentially. There is a scene in the original Twisters where they have a camera mounted to the side of one of the vans as they're hauling ass down this road. Super cool cinematic shot. And the song is blasting literally through megaphone speakers on the van so that everybody can hear it. Yeah. It's super cool. But just that 20-second segment of the song, you don't have to, but I listened to the whole song just for that part. And it's the buildup is cool. The actual part is cool. I hope you guys can hear the cat meowing. It's epic. Yeah. If you guys get a chance. You guys saw in the last episode, Maggie was all up in our shit.
We're not annoyed by it.
Not at all. Love her to death. I just don't want it to be distracting. It's not distracting for us. We'll just keep patting her. I'm afraid that she'll hit a sound button or the record button or turn it off or something.
Everything, yeah.
Plus, she's not my cat. I don't want her to get hurt. I like her. I love her. She's cool. Joel, thinking of your cat, buddy.
Always.
And
she's going ham.
Do you think?
I don't think it'll pick it up here. But
okay. Well, little
I'll
meowing
just,
in the
I'll
background.
just fill it in.
If you don't like cats, don't listen to this episode. Go away. You're probably swearing. You're probably swearing at her.
Probably.
Right now.
She's probably mad at me.
She's like, this Filipino's yelling at me right now.
He's
meowing Tagalog right now.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, that's funny. So,
what we have for some photog news today?
So, photography. something that you brought up the other day. I wanted to see if you had some information about it.
I brought up something.
The the R5 firmware, that 400 megapixel.
I think we talked about
upgrade. Did we?
Yeah.
But
because I
wanted. That's right. Because I wanted to talk to Callie about it. She's such an avid Canon shooter.
I think 400 megapixels is an insane amount of megapixels. If you're blowing things up for prints, which actually I want to talk to you about prints too.
Sure.
But if you're blowing up something that big for print, it's like way too much. I even think so. Like 400 megapixels for a 13x19 is like a lot.
It's unnecessary.
It's too much. Like what would be like the max megapixel range for you for a print technically? Because you're printing at 300 dpi.
I am, yeah.
Yep. Same.
So the Canon 1DX. Mm-hmm. It's a 20 megapixel camera, but it is Canon's flagship DSLR. And the reason that it's 20 megapixels is because it's for sports and wildlife. But even at 20 megapixels, you can still print a normal, like a decent sized picture for sure. Mm-hmm. Your iPhone, like the average iPhone has a 12 megapixel camera on it. You can still print up to 8x10 and even 11x14 without losing too much detail. Mm-hmm. So shooting 400 megapixels, right? Anything like, there's cameras that are 50 and 100 megapixels. Fuji has a couple that are medium format. Those are for your very large prints, your billboards, that kind of stuff. The side of vans, side of buildings, all that kind of stuff. Completely unnecessary for what we're doing. The average professional photographer that takes pictures for their prints usually shoots about a 24 megapixel camera.
Right.
You don't need much more.
What is the A7 IV again?
A7 IV is 33.
30, yeah.
The A7R5 is 61. Unnecessary.
Yeah.
Again, I bought it just because I wanted to.
Right.
And I still use it, and it's dope. Don't get me wrong, for sure. But the picture that I showed you that I took in San Francisco, the long exposure of Lombard Street, from 7 blocks away, right, which is just over a mile and a half, I think, when I did the math, when I was looking at the picture, on Lightroom, I could click the 300% button and zoom all the way in a car. And if there was somebody standing by the car, I could tell you what they're wearing.
That's
color
crazy.
They're wearing, everything. So, yeah, absolutely cool. Completely unnecessary for what I do. Right. Not unnecessary for everybody, but for what I do, unnecessary.
But for a firmware to be, it's not even built in, it's a firmware update for the camera.
For the R5.
Yeah.
For the R5. And that's the thing is I'm so curious on why.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. But
why would you ever use it? I can't think of a reason to ever go that high on megapixels.
The only thing I can think of is for like big prints.
Yeah, but you're normally doing compositions for those anyways.
You can, yeah, exactly. So. You can do compositions for that. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's cool. Is it bragging rights? Because I haven't heard of too many other cameras that are that high.
More megapixels, bigger PP.
Oh my God. It's funny you bring that up, by the way.
Bigger PPs?
Yes. Rosa, I was on the phone with Rosa earlier, and she was driving home. Yeah. She was doing some self-care, a little massage going on. Don't come at me in the comments. She was using hands-free. Okay. But she got pissed off, and she doesn't swear, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, you're such an asshole." And it was right after I said something to her, and I was like, I mean, you're right, but what? But she got mad because this douchebag in a big old truck cut her off.
It wasn't me. I drive a truck.
You do. But I was like, oh, he's like, I told her, I was like, yeah, it's messed up. He's probably got a tiny penis. And she's like, what? And I was like, that's like the running standard for everything.
Stereotype for big.
Right.
Big
if
trucks.
You have a big lifted truck, you got a tiny penis. And she started laughing. She's never heard that before. She's like, is there science proof? I was like, do you want proof? And she's like, yeah. I was like, do I drive a big truck?
Nice.
She said no. And I was like, yeah.
I have everything going against me. I'm sorry. I'm Asian. Drive a big truck.
But it's not lifted.
It's not lifted.
You're not douchey about your truck. I love your truck, by the way.
Love it.
I really, really do. Because this is not a plug just because I work for Sony or Nissan. I wish I worked for Sony. But Nissan trucks and Toyota trucks hold the best value. The pickups. They drive it off a lot.
They don't depreciate.
They don't. There's actually a lot of people that are selling 4Runners they bought from 2019 and 2020 for more than they bought it.
It's insane.
That is insane. And we're talking like 60, 70, 80,000 mile trucks selling for a profit of like $5 or $6 grand. That is insane.
Right.
That speaks volumes of your quality. Proud of them for that. Your truck is a 22.
22.
Yeah. Guarantee 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
And you take really good care of it.
Yes. I just put runners on it too. So my short
Did you?
people, my short kings can get into that truck. And my mom.
Love it.
Yeah. And then I
That is awesome.
I put the tunnel cover on it too. So now I can just travel with a bunch of stuff.
You and I
Dope.
should do an overnight trip somewhere.
We need to.
Like we should go down to Mono Lake, camp out there. You can sleep in the back of your truck. I can sleep in the back of my car. We can have like a little sleepover.
Camp. Camp a
And
little
get
bit.
some nighttime shots. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. I've been wanting to do that. Yeah, but 400 megapixel firmware update, insane. Doesn't make sense to me.
I don't get it. It's completely. I mean, I do get it, but it's not. That is not for me.
But you buy the camera for what it is. Like we talked about it
The R5,
on the last
yeah.
one, on the last episode about like Raspberry Pi. Imagine just doing like a firmware update on your Sony for. I'm on a Raspberry Pi and hack my camera to be 400
Right.
megapixels.
Yeah.
Not necessary at all whatsoever. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, if for people that would actually use that, good for you. Proud of you. Happy. Awesome. Medium format cameras are there for a reason.
Right.
At the same time, you can buy an R5 for under $4,000 generally. With this 400 megapixel upgrade, you're in the range of cameras that are $100,000 or more.
Nuts.
So you know what I mean? I can see it. But the thing is like something that a lot of people forget. Like when I bought the R5. So these Sony A7 IVs that you're watching these videos being filmed from, the pictures are 33 megapixels. They are roughly 30 to 35 megabytes per image, depending on what you're doing. The R5 is a 61 megapixel camera, so just under double what the Sony A7 IV is. So you think mathematically, then you're looking at a picture that's going to be same megabyte wise. But a picture from, and it's almost true, but one picture from my R5 is almost 80 megabytes.
Oh my gosh.
And which means that if I take about 18 pictures, it's a gig.
So much memory.
And
That's just camera RAWs too, right? You're not shooting both RAWs and JPEGs.
No, yeah, exactly. I mean, JPEG, it's still, especially
still
for these
pretty
cards,
big, yeah.
still good. But RAW, it's insane. And not just the size. Like, the size is great. Editing, cool. Great. The memory recorded because I do sports a lot of the barrel racing. This last one was only 4 hours long. I shot 1,400 pictures. No,
Right.
1,600 pictures, sorry. Shot 1,600 pictures. And it was large.
Yeah.
Like, I think altogether with what I know the number's wrong, but I want to say it was like 36 or 37 gigs
Yeah.
for that many pictures.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
And if I was doing my big 2 or 3 day rodeos, that's 7,000 to 10,000 pictures.
It's so
That
much.
I literally would have to have a hard drive plugged in, export them to the hard drive.
While doing the photos, yeah.
It's insane. It's unnecessary to go through all that if you don't have to. I love having the R5 for the few things that I do use it for, wildlife, and if I know that I'm going to do like a larger print format for a landscape. Not for sports. I use this for sports still.
Right.
Yeah, and it's way better. It's
Right.
way easier. But yeah, I mean, to each their own.
Right. And I think for a lot of photographers, especially since we moved digital, like, why would we ever have to shoot in that much pixel range? I mean, we're uploading files that are 4,000 by 6,000, I think is
Right.
and then compressed down to 1920 by 1080 or
Right.
whatever sizing
Exactly.
you're going to go to. Like, it's already being compressed, and why you have a 400 megapixel upload? Your pixel size is like insanely large.
Clout.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's for the big PP.
Well, even like so the pictures I take for Nissan, I take hundreds of pictures every day, and I export them out of Lightroom at 72 DPI. You don't need 300
Not
For
for,
the website.
digitals, yeah.
because especially since when I upload them into the back end system, I don't want to be uploading 240 300 DPI pictures. It's going to take forever.
Right.
But 72, easy peasy all day.
Yep. You're the same. We learned that in art school.
Yeah.
That's like one of the things you learn. Like, if you're doing prints, 300. If you're doing digital, 72.
I mean, it's nice that those numbers exist, right? It's just one more thing for you to memorize if you're getting into photography. Just one more thing for you to learn about. But ever changing. But yeah, 400. It's insane. Good for the money, I guess. Like I said, $4,000 for $100,000.
And as a firmware
ability.
like you just plug your camera in and then it does the upgrade for you.
That's crazy.
Unnecessary, but insane. Speaking of prints, I was talking to Aaron about it. Like, why would you use glossy versus matte?
He talked to me about that.
Why would you use certain papers? Like, what papers would you use for certain prints?
For me specifically, I like using matte paper for my black and whites.
Okay.
There's not, like unless I'm doing more of like a silver tone or a noir style edit, where I want the grays to pop a little more. I like the matte. It looks clean. It looks good. For a lot of my stuff with like high contrasting colors, like my San Francisco series, things like that, or sunset sunrises, I like to use, depending on which company you're using, some companies call it pearl. Some companies call it like a metallic paper.
Oh, I've seen pearl, yeah.
Or on metal or even acrylic. So that's just for me. Black and white, I like using matte for a lot of like really cool color contrast where I want the colors to really pop off the screen. Pearl or metallic.
And then for portraits?
Portraits I like to use gloss. And the reason I use glossy is just because it's kind of like a traditional thing. Shooting back to film, when you would get prints from like Walmart or CVS or whatever, that's a glossy style. So it's not, I go higher quality than CVS in case any of my clients hear this. Okay, I go way higher quality than that. Pitch black printing, you guys are awesome. I go to you. It's much higher quality, but it's like reminiscent almost. You know what I mean? Like it's just what we remember.
We do have we both print on Canon 100s.
Yep.
Pixma.
Such a dope printer. Such a dope printer. I love mine.
I started using mine a lot. I talked to Aaron when I was talking about paper. He likes to use gloss for his landscapes because the colors pop a lot more.
This man loves his greens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does love his greens.
Oh man.
I hate greens.
Really?
Like, well, depending on the green.
True. No, I mean, like, I've seen you work, but he saturates his green.
Right. So, like, the quad green at this time is, like, too bright of a green.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind, like, a muted green-ish.
Like the green that was in the bottom of the picture?
Yeah. Yeah. I hate that green.
That's
like neon bright. Yeah. Like, I'm the Hulk green. Like, I want to be all green. Yeah, no, don't give me that. I hate it.
Yeah. No, I've
muted greens, yeah.
It's like Bryce.
A little bit more yellows, tones.
Bryce likes that very dark green.
Evergreen.
As well. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there was sorry, ties in. On TikTok, there's these huge series, colors you've never heard of. Viridian green.
That just reminds me of Pokemon. Sorry. Viridian City. Viridian green, huh?
It's extremely, it's not muted, but it's
deep.
It's saturated and dark at the same time.
Huh.
If that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find a good example.
So I'll show you, like, I shot a picture of the deer. It's green, but it's not like in your face green. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that kind of green is what
just a little bit of a pop.
Yes, but not.
So that's Viridian green.
Oh, I love it.
Gorgeous.
Yeah,
absolutely love it.
Yeah. Almost like the those plants in Hawaii, the Monstera plants.
I don't know if it might not be bright enough for you guys to see. Okay. I think it's down.
Monstera plants in Hawaii.
If you guys get a chance, just look up Viridian green. Google it.
It's so cool. And then you'll get Viridian City from Pokemon.
Such a good game. All those games are good. Anyway, what were we saying? Sorry. Pokemon distracted me.
Oh, yeah, me too. Greens and then printing.
Talking with Aaron?
Yeah, just like what papers you would use, print settings. Since if we're gonna get into prints, can you make money off of prints? Like, do you sell your own prints? Where do you sell them from?
So it goes back to what we were talking about the other day. Like I think I'm gonna get rid of my website. I like being able to say that I have a website. It's just it's unneeded right now because, like we had talked about, and all of our guests have been talking about too, word of mouth is so much stronger right now. When you go to a place, having a physical portfolio is cool, all the jazz and everything. But if you show up to a place and you're trying to sell prints and everybody just wants to see digital now.
Right.
The generations that are coming up to owning these businesses and stuff like that, hotels, doctors' offices, all that kind of stuff, dentists, whatever. They don't want a huge portfolio. People's Instagram works as their portfolio now. Right. You can sell. I mean, you can set up your Instagram as a
business page now
and a shop. People can click a picture, print, order right there. So it's just there's no need for the website. I don't have to pay the extra money every year. So a lot of my prints are from my Instagram, my Vero. I do sell some from my website too. But yeah, word of mouth is super, super strong. You can definitely make money off of it.
Yeah. And then when you print, do you sell them matted or do you just sell the print by itself?
I have different formats.
Okay.
I can also sell, and that's Nations Photo Lab, because they do drop shipping. They also can do framing and things like that. If somebody buys one of my like my larger, more expensive prints that I have, my dad can also make custom frames.
Dope.
Dude, woodwork and stuff. Pitch Black Printing also does all that stuff as well. Gallery wraps, anything you can think of, they can do. And if they don't normally do it, they can make a way to do it for you. They're really versatile on that, which is good.
Support local is what we're saying. Yeah.
Oh, all day for sure. Aaron, before he moved down here to be closer to his dad. He was living in Bend, Oregon. Scott, Bend, not Redmond, Bend. It's like Reno and Sparks.
Yeah.
But Aaron was, I don't even care if he gets mad that I put his business out there because it's a great accomplishment. He was making almost 6 figures a year on prints. He made like a $30,000 sale to a doctor's office in Bend.
That's so crazy.
It's awesome. It's really, really cool. Yeah, you can definitely make money on prints, but it goes back to you have to be willing to take pictures and sell for what you know that a client is going to want to look at. Because the value of your picture, people judge the value of your artwork by how much personal time they're willing to put into looking at it. If somebody buys one of my prints and they hang it up and they're like, Brittany, she has like, I think 5 or 6 of my prints hanging up in her house right now. She moved, and that was one of the first things she did is she made sure that she left room to hang up those prints. My friend Denise, she just bought a big print for her office space. She spends 8 hours a day in an office doing her work, and she wants to be able to look at something. She has 2 of my pictures on a wall. Yeah. And that value, like honestly, just knowing that somebody wants to look at my stuff like that is worth more than the money that they pay for it.
Right.
It's
cool too. Like, when you work with somebody and then their profile photos is a photo that you took.
Yes.
I freaking love seeing that. When it's a photo that you took and you're like, oh shoot, I'm proud of that. And they like it too.
Yeah.
I'm glad they like it.
Like I can't wait for you to put the picture, like some of the stuff that Bryce took of you.
Yeah,
because you were all dapper, bro, looking good up there. You look
birthday.
I liked it. Yeah,
I posted a little bit of it. Just freaking love those photos.
They're good.
It was so windy and cold though.
Worth it. Well, you guys are the ones decided to get up that early.
Yeah, we made it up there. 6 o'clock.
Yeah, they made it up there. You know who didn't go?
We talked about this before. Still salty. It's okay. We're planning a lot of trips.
Yes.
We're planning. I don't know how execution-wise it'll go, but the planning is great.
One of the things we were talking about the last episode, I just remembered what we were talking about. The reason I asked for Bryce's number the other day. So one of the Canon photographers, one of the reps, was at Action Camera the other day. And for whatever reason, one of the models that he was using for the show that he was going to put on at the store dipped out 2 hours before the session. So Aaron put me on high alert to find a model, and I called everybody. And I was like, Bryce has modeling. I can call him too. Yeah. So I called everybody. So Bryce, you didn't return my call. It's fine. We'll talk about that later.
He'll listen to this episode and be like, I'll call you back. And it's like August.
I'll get like a text message like, I'm sorry about the phone call. I'll be like, oh, new phone, who this?
Right. It's not your number anymore. Like, who's this DJ I'm trying to contact?
But yeah, prints, big thing, super big thing. A lot of things that go into it.
I'm starting to get into it. I think prints are a good way to like, it's like a package thing that I'll have. Like I'll give you guys a print with your session.
It's very important if you do a portrait session to, if somebody wants to make their own prints, that you sell them the rights to it. So if you guys are starting out a business, that's another thing you need to do. And I have to explain this to every single client because it's not new, but it's something they just haven't heard of. Nevada specifically, and I'm sure this goes to other states, but Nevada specifically has a law. It's a copyright law. If you take one of my pictures and you go to CVS, and I've had a couple of my clients do this, and I found out about it, and this is how I know because we learned about it at the store. If you take the pictures and go to CVS, Walmart, wherever, and they actually print those pictures knowing the professional images without the rights, I could sue CVS, Walmart, whoever, and the client for $300,000 per image
That's
that
crazy.
they print out. It's a copyright laws. So I sell my stuff through Nations Photo Lab if I can't go to pitch black, which I always try to go to pitch black first. And the rates are feasible. I think you're paying for the quality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you don't want to go through me and you want to go to CPS, that's fine. But I'm going to sell you the rights to the pictures for $200. Now, with that $200, I'm making up the money that I would have made if I was doing my prints. But more importantly, I am creating a legal paper trail, and you get an email from me that'll say, I, DJ Hansen, give the rights to this picture to print, whatever, to these pictures, whatever. But that way, the company that you're going through is not liable. I get the money that I get some money for like letting you print my stuff, right? And you get good quality prints for wherever you want to go for whatever price you want to pay.
Right.
So it's just it's just something else that I would implement too, especially if you're doing prints. But you do a lot of landscape stuff.
Yeah.
And I would highly encourage you hanging up stuff in your house.
Yeah. I do.
Sure. Because that's how Peter McKinnon sold his first print.
Yeah. Just having it in his house.
Yeah. Have we gone an entire episode without mentioning his name?
No.
Yeah, we haven't. It's never gonna happen, guys. Sorry.
No. I told you we need a picture of him somewhere.
I think you and I are probably responsible for like 17 of his followers right now.
Probably.
His 6 million, we're at least 17 of them.
His 6 milli. Gosh.
I think he's at 6 million right now.
I have no idea. But for a photographer to get that big.
And he gained about 4 million of those in 1 year.
Yeah. It was like that big rush of photographers in like 2013, 14.
Yeah.
Where everybody just
Started
blew up. Yeah.
And then
those teals and blues that everybody was teals and blues, teals and oranges.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he, your favorite thing, he got a big jump during COVID too, because everybody was stuck inside and not being able to do anything. So I think COVID's almost a swear word at this point, man.
I know,
it's
right?
Crazy.
But it's been how many years since? I don't even care anymore.
It's been going on 3 years, 4 years now.
Nuts.
It's insane. I'm glad it's quote unquote over. The whole fiasco of it anyway.
Say that.
I know, right?
A new wave has come in. It's I don't even want to think of a name. The Megatron virus. Whatever.
What was the last one? Omicron?
Omicron.
Omicron, that's right. Anytime anybody said that, it always reminded me of a ruler of Omicron Persei I-8 from Futurama.
Yeah.
Can't help it. So every time I hear it, I'm like, that's funny.
Stupid.
Oh, prints too. Another thing you can do too to get out there more is do commission work.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody's like, I want a sunrise over mono. My dad has been wanting me to get a sunrise shot of Pyramid Lake for the last 2 years. And I haven't been able to get out there.
It's too early.
And I've missed a couple. It's very early. I'd do it for him though. It's something he really, really wants.
Yeah.
But another thing too is to keep in mind that if you're going to take a picture for a print, if you take a picture knowing that you're going to try and sell that print, you have to make sure that the framing is going to be for that. Mm-hmm. Especially if somebody commissioned, like when I've been commissioned to do work, I ask for a picture of where it's going to go up so I can know frame size, things like that. Like, are you going to want a white frame? Are you going to want a dark wooden frame, black frame, brown frame, whatever? And that's because I want it to contrast properly with the picture itself. Mm-hmm. If I'm doing like a nice big blue sky for the whole thing with some clouds, I probably don't want a white frame because that's going to mute it out and it's going to look a little weird, right? You want to contrast that punchiness soon. So, there's you have to think about that kind of stuff too.
There's a lot that goes into printing that I just never considered. Even the print settings are kind of wild to mess around with.
You have to coordinate your computer, your computer, but your camera to your computer to your printer. Mm-hmm. It's all be on the same exact color profile.
Right.
And devices to do that run you a couple $100.
Yep.
Color Monkey is a really big one. Mm-hmm. Action Camera sells a couple. If you guys want to, you can go in there. I would ask, if you don't want to spend the money, I would just ask and see if somebody, because a lot of photographers have those and then calibrate it. George has one for his video stuff. Helps with color sampling. But that's so like if I take a picture of this board right here in front of me, the colors that I see here are exactly what I see in the printing. If I don't do that and I go to print it out, then this red might be a little more orange or a little more pink. But if the color profile matches, then what the camera sees is what it tells the computer, what the computer tells the printer, and that's what comes out. So just, there's a lot of stuff, but I'm super excited that you're getting into printing. I think that's awesome.
It's fun.
It's going to be awesome. So how many pictures do you have in your house already?
5,
nice.
6. I got a couple like canvas prints just made out for me.
Yep.
I have 3 windows in my loft. One side is 2 nighttime photography shots of San Diego, one of the city and one of like palm trees, but they're like silhouettes and they're like purple, deep purple.
Nice.
The other side is Bend, Oregon.
Nice.
One was shot on an iPhone on a moving car.
Nice.
And then the other one was like a vintage house, like by the beach,
Where,
Rockaway Beach.
Where in Bend?
Actually, not Bend, Rockaway Beach.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so a little bit. I think it's like 2 hours north of Bend.
Scott's listening is like, that's not even the right
That's
town.
not true.
You're not even in Bend, bro. Come at me, homie.
Yeah. And I just want to get more into prints and possibly just make passive income from printing stuff.
Definitely. Yeah, why not? I'll make Michael make sure to put the pictures up as what he's talking about.
Yes.
If you guys, I mean, it's a great way to support the channel, support us. If you want, you can buy some prints. I have a very loyal group of people that buy my stuff whenever I put them out, and I really appreciate it. Every single one of them.
Yeah, I'd be down.
It's awesome.
I'd sell to you guys too.
Yeah.
I'll take all of DJ's clients.
I was telling Mike too. The episode that we have with Callie went live. Not the video. The videos are coming though. Our first video on YouTube got uploaded yesterday. I think it was yesterday.
May.
Oh, it was a while ago.
22nd.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Okay, cool. Because I was getting messages. The video looks great. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, somebody's like, I watched your video. I was like, you don't watch podcasts. You do, obviously.
You do
but
now.
We didn't, right. I didn't know it was on YouTube already, so it's pretty funny. But
you'll be listening to this, and like we should be fully caught up on videos.
Yes. Yeah, because I think this episode should be coming out in like July sometime,
July or August, yeah.
The episode that we released with Callie, the first of 2 episodes we released with Callie, that audio alone, we have almost as many downloads in the first 24 hours as we normally do for 4 or 5 or about 5 or 6 days in our regular episodes. One, again, Callie is contagious. Secondly, that just shows how strong word of mouth is. She put our picture up,
right? Or
she put our podcast up on her story on her Instagram, and a bunch of her followers that are very excited for her podcast that she's starting.
Oh, she's doing it?
Yeah. I'm going to do an episode when I go down there, actually, with her. But her followers and stuff wanted to hear.
That's exciting.
Came to support us. Word of mouth, guys. Networking is so important in photography. So if you're bad at networking or terrified of people, get over it.
I think you just got to do it. Yeah,
you have to lean into it for sure.
I kind of want to talk to some of the people at Tentor and see if I can get photos printed for them.
I was thinking the same thing because I really like that space.
Because I'm always there anyways, so I'm like, I could use this for some photo stuff.
Just ask the bartenders.
Always.
Friends with them.
Yeah, all 10 of them. I don't know how many there are. 1, 2, 3. All of them. A lot of them. I'm not an alcoholic, guys. I swear.
Also, if you run the taco truck in the back of Tentor, make consomme, please.
Letty's.
That's right, Letty's.
Hear me out, Letty's.
Make consomme, all right? I told you that I went and asked for that, right, when I was there? Did I tell you what happened when I asked?
No.
So the kid that was working the window, and I say kid because...
he was a kid.
Right. You have to be 18 to work in a truck, and I'm sure he was. I'm sure he was. He just has a very youthful face. And I was like, you're 9. But I was like, hey, I see you guys have birria tacos. Do you guys have like consomme to go with it, like to dip, whatever? And he's like, I don't think so. And he looked over it, and I'm assuming his dad, brother, whoever owns the truck, whatever. And he's like, hey, in Spanish, he's like, can we make consomme for the birria tacos? Can't make this up. The dad is standing around the corner. So like, if this is the corner, the window's here. This is. I'm gonna see if I can do it in the frame here, in the camera. So he asked if we can do consomme, and the dad has to see who asked. He literally does this.
Oh man.
Looks at me and he's like,
no,
and goes back to his work. And I was like, okay, well, I figured I'd ask. Had they been able to do consomme, I would have ordered it right there. I would have ordered some for you and your cousin and, well, me, obviously, right, cousin?
Yeah.
I would have. I'd have bought them out for sure.
That would have been good.
Do it. And I brought that up at the dealership. There's a very large amount of the staff that's Hispanic, and I brought that up while a bunch of us were sitting in the break room having lunch one day, and the guy was like, why would you not have consomme? And I was like, that's what I'm saying. He's like, you literally have to have it that's what you marinate the steak in or whatever you're making. I was like, yeah, it's a byproduct. Like, why would you put it in a cup, bro? Let me dip it. You know what I mean? Like, you put a little onions in there, some not cilantro for me, hate cilantro, but you put onions in there, a little bit, you get like some flavors, but that's it.
Is it because it tastes like soap?
Yes. So, it's a hereditary, thanks mom. It's a hereditary, it's a
gene.
Genetic. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a genetic thing. So there's people that are allergic to cilantro because it tastes like soap. The blue Dawn dish soap specifically. Yes, there's a flavor.
How do you know how to taste?
I swore a lot as a kid.
Oh.
My mom did not like swearing. Yeah, dish soap in the mouth was a thing. Taking a bite out of an Irish Spring bar soap, that was her biggest thing to me. Yeah. She's like, if you say that word, oh my God. I said shit one day, right? My very first word, by the way, as a kid was truck. But I was a kid. So I said, it sounded like I said fuck.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, oh my God, that's the first word. So I said shit when I was like 11 or 12, and I forget why. Mom heard it. Washed my mouth out with soap, and she said, if you do it again, I'm going to make you take a bite out of an Irish Spring bar. That was her thing. My uncle, JT, up there, he's looking down laughing right now, I hope. He thought he was funny, because he was. And he's like, I heard feel. He was a truck driver, right? And he big guy. And he flexed his forearm, and he's like, push on that. And then I pushed, and it felt like I was pushing on this table. And I said, holy crap. And crap is a swear word for an 11-year-old in my house. And I saw Mom open up the drawer, and she chased me around the house and went to with that bar of soap.
Gosh.
She's fast. You're still fast, Mom.
Bad punishments.
Really, really funny. Yes, absolutely. And I could hear him laughing inside the house as I'm running for my life. Oh, man. Yeah.
Do you think we need to bring back punishments for kids nowadays?
Yeah, absolutely.
Please.
Absolutely.
Discipline.
Yes. I think there's obviously a limit to it, but
a little bit.
Yeah, but
just a little bit.
You know what? All the kids that I hear crying and screaming because they can't have a freaking Roblox toy at Walmart, that would never happen in our generation.
Right.
I keep forgetting you're the same age as me. Almost.
Around, yeah.
Our generation did that. Why? Because you ask one time, can I get this? Parents say no. Okay. You don't complain.
Because you know you're going to get, yep.
In the store, in front of people.
Not worth the embarrassment.
Oh, and now, another thing too now, is people that are like above a generation from us, when they see that in the store, they want to say something. This is my kid. I am not hurting this kid. I am disciplining this kid.
Right.
You want some of this smoke, homie? You know what I mean? I'll put you over my knee.
Yeah.
7 years old, don't care. Pow, pow. Just kidding. I don't condone that. But that's how I was raised. Like,
me too.
You know what I mean? Like it's how, right, exactly. I got spanked for sure. And my dad loves this story actually. Because my dad, big dude, right? Mm-hmm. He'd yell, you know, as everybody does. Love him to death, taught me so many things. But when I joined the Army and the drill sergeants would yell at me, it was nothing to me. Nothing to me. Yeah. I was like, it's cute. You're just breathing hot air on me. Like,
nice.
Great.
Yeah.
I get it. You want this? Doesn't work for me.
It's like the full metal jacket thing. They're trying to
no, exactly.
in your face and you just don't react. Yeah.
And you can smell what they had for dinner 3 nights ago. Yeah. Didn't affect me at all. I was like, my dad's 3 times your size and 15 times scarier than you are. Don't even try. To this day, man, it still scares me.
You're a little dead inside. Huh?
Yeah. A little numb to that. Bit. Yeah. So now when people yell, I'm like, what's scarier to me is if somebody, like if I do something wrong and somebody walks up and says, if you don't get the fuck away from me right now. Like if somebody gets that close and is whispering in my ear, okay, cool, I'm out. I'm sorry. Yeah. I apologize.
That's somebody you don't mess with.
No, that is them giving you a professional courtesy, man to man. You need to go.
Leave him alone
before you get embarrassed.
Right.
Get schooled.
Right. If they're yelling in your face,
nothing.
It's
same with the big trucks.
Yep.
Right. You got something to prove. It's the quiet ones you got to watch out for. So if somebody walks up and is like, "You fucked up. You need to leave." I'm out. Yep. I get it, bro. High five. No. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
High five. Okay.
Bring back discipline.
Yeah.
I am 100% down. My daughter, I've never disciplined her ever like that. But I have to have very sit down, serious conversations with her. You know what I mean? But no, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with spanking a kid. I don't think.
No, not at all.
Maybe it's an unpopular opinion. I don't know. But it's because I turned out mostly fine.
We're mostly okay.
We're mostly okay.
We're both photographers. We do life. 85 millimeter to
That's
life.
Right.
Yeah.
We turned out just fine. Shout out to our moms and dads.
Be alpha.
You both your parents still alive?
Yes.
Sweet. They did a good job. Next time you see them, tell them DJ said that they did a great job.
DJ said I will.
You did good with the offspring.
Who's DJ?
Your parents don't know about me?
They do.
I was going to say, my parents know about you, man. That's messed up. Ugh. I was about to be like, surprise visit.
Who's this white guy that showed up at our door?
Kicked down the door.
You'll see my mom because she's like 4'11". Wow, this guy's big.
How tall is your dad?
5'4".
Okay. So you're
I'm
the tallest in the
5'8".
family.
Yeah, my whole family. Don't laugh. We're
I'm
Filipinos.
sorry. Well, you stood next to Cammie.
I know. Yeah, it's
She's
bad.
half an inch taller than me, and she likes to remind me all the time. Thanks for that.
I guess my mom's side's the taller side because my mom's side has like a couple 6-footers.
Okay. Yeah, my mom's like 5. I think she's like 5'8", which is above average for ladies. Nice.
Yeah. My dad's side, those are the short kings.
Yeah.
I think all of us are below 5'8".
Nice. But you guys are built well.
Yeah,
I like it.
we got big shoulders.
It's all the lumpia and
We got good calves in our family because we're a bunch of rice farmers. That's what we brag about. We got good calves. All these white folks be mad about their calves not growing, and I'm just like, genetics.
oh man, it's so crazy. There was a girl in my high school, Amy Scott. If you ever hear this for whatever reason, shout out to you. Everybody in the school was aware of this lady's impressive calves.
Mm-hmm.
Like these were like chiseled from the gods, like a statue, like a Greek statue type calves, like Hercules statues. Those calves on her.
It's something about calves. Something about calves and people. Like, man, you got good calves.
But genetics is a huge part of it, though.
Yeah,
it really is. Like if you have bad genetics, you could do 1,000 calf raises a day. You can never see those muscles.
Yeah,
you got good genes and never go to the gym a single day. Bam! It's impressive, and that was. She did work out, to be fair. She also played softball and a bunch of sports, but yeah, they were impressive. Like they terrified me. I was like, if you ever kick me, I might die.
Damn.
Like internal bleeding. Yeah.
Don't mess with her. Don't kick her in the calves.
I hope she listens to this episode.
I hope so. That'd be cool.
Watch her I'm gonna message her and be like, hey, just I gave you a shout out in the podcast.
Bonding to old friends. Yeah, here you go. Amy Scott, good calves. You know those little things that you get like in high school?
The sash.
Yeah, the sausage sashes.
Calf queen?
Yeah.
Calf queen. I see those on like bridal parties when they go out for like their bachelor parties. Like wife to be,
right?
Single ready to mingle, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Resting bitch face. Yeah.
Calf queen.
Calf queen.
I got RBF too. No, what is it? RDF? Resting douchebag face?
No, it's RBF, resting beard face.
Beard face. Yeah, I should trend mine still.
Our resting douchebag face. I'm trying to think. There's a couple of people that have like punchable faces.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You just like I want to pop you on the nose.
Yeah, there's another podcast I listened to. They were talking about people that look like their names.
Oh, nice.
And one of them was Peter Dinklage.
That's true.
Like if you think of Peter Dinklage, you automatically think of Peter Dinklage.
Of course.
Because he looks like his name. Yeah.
Oh man. Did you ever play Destiny 1?
No.
So he was the original voice for the Ghost.
Really?
Yeah, it was Peter Dinklage. It was cool because like I heard Tyrion Lannister in my headset as I'm playing this game. They switched it to somebody else. I don't remember why they switched it. The new one is just fine. I like Peter's voice though. I don't know if he still does, but he used to do speeches at colleges and stuff. Extremely intelligent dude.
Yeah.
And he should have won Game of Thrones. I don't care what anybody says. Refilmed the last season, HBO. Okay, redo it. Everybody hated it.
It's not HBO anymore. It's just Max.
That's not till tomorrow. I got the email. It said HBO Max is now going to be Max. What does that even mean? Do I get Paramount Plus with it? No.
I wish.
Do I get Peacock with it? No.
I wish too.
Same. I spend more. No, I spend more on all of these subscription services than if I were just to get cable.
Right.
It's
insane.
It's insane.
And we're still photographers, and we still need to pay for
film, memory cards, the space.
No, even yeah, that's true. And all the subscriptions we have through photography, Lightroom, Photoshop. If you get in the video,
your PPA,
After Effects,
your photographer's insurance.
Yeah,
dude, and travel.
Yep, gas.
Yes, tough boxes.
Yep.
For your
I need to look at PPA too. I should look into
absolutely 100% worth it. I love it.
You get your magazines too, right?
Yep, I have. That's another thing I wanted to start bringing those.
We should look through those. Maybe sometime soon we'll do our own photo critiques. We'll bring in our best prints, possibly.
Definitely should. We need to do. We might not do that. We should do ours for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we do my buddy Paul's stuff, we should just sit down with him and do it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And it's not, he wants us to be honest, and we're never going to say like your stuff sucks. Everything has potential. But at the same time, like imposter syndrome is a big thing.
Right.
And it's really messes with people mentally. And I totally understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really do. I think I have it to an extent when it comes to certain things. Like when I go do something or I'm able to go do something, I'm like, this isn't something that I can do. Like that's not me. You know what I mean? Imposter syndrome is horrible for people. It's debilitating for some people.
Yeah.
I think for something like that, if you guys want us to critique your photos, we can. We absolutely will.
Just know it's our opinion, and
right. We'll do it 2-on-1.
Yeah, you got to know the critique too. Like, if we're critiquing it, some things might come out that you might not agree with.
Sure,
it's fine,
and that's just our opinion. And if you guys ask us, that's what it's. But like at the end of the day, if you like your picture, you like your picture. It doesn't matter what anybody says.
Right.
With your permission, we might take like a couple of the pictures and put them like a sampling for like a YouTube short or something. But yeah, I think. But for yours and mine stuff, I think we should do that. I think we should also do like a progression series.
Right.
Like show like how we started. Yeah. Because like I brought up in like the first couple episodes, I look back at a lot of my stuff, and it's not there's anything wrong with the stuff. So if you guys paid for my stuff back then, I appreciate it. I'm happy with it. You were happy with it. That's more important. But I look back at it now and I'm like, I wish I knew then what I do now.
Right.
There is some of my landscape stuff is horrible.
We should go recreate some of those stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I remember my first landscape that I did. Sony A6000 had I think I had like the pancake lens, the 16-35.
Yeah.
The stock one.
Yep.
And
it was like the 3.5 to 5.6. Yeah.
And I was at Bernie Falls. I didn't know what to do.
No.
But I think I did have like a little ND filter, like that came with the kit, the starter kit. And I was able to get the flowing water properly.
The long exposure.
Long exposure, yeah. But I shot I know I can't redo this. I shot a engagement there.
Yeah.
Or a proposal.
At Bernie Falls?
Mm-hmm.
Dope.
Terrible.
No? Really?
For me. Because as a photographer, I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh, that's fair.
I had an on-camera flash. Didn't know what that did. I thought I was cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, more equipment, more fun. Yay. And then I shot those photos, and then you have the harsh black line that goes straight through the photo because you're shooting at no high sync speed.
Oh, man.
The things you know now.
Absolutely. My very first wedding, I'm
my first wedding too is I'm embarrassed too.
And I only charged them $500 for it, but that's because it was my first wedding, and they knew that.
Yeah, same.
And they were like, "Oh, we're happy. We appreciate it. Thank you for being out here." And I was like, "Cool." That's like a participation trophy. I look at them now and I'm like, I just feel so bad because
I royally messed it up, right?
What's that?
Royally messed it up. That's how I felt about mine too. But we all start somewhere. So
yeah, and again, like as long as you like it as a client, that's great. That's cool. I'm always trying to improve on everything. I told you before, I'm going to be going to Redmond for a little bit to take pictures, obviously, to hang out with Scott. If you can take the time off, would you want to go with me? A little road trip out of it?
Depending, when is this again?
We haven't really set a date, but we could do it for like a month out or something. Like if you need time to request off or whatever.
Es posible, because I just took like so many days for this camping trip. So
I feel like I'm going to be sick for a week now.
Oh no.
It'll probably be for a couple days.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll get back to you. We definitely need to like travel and get some pictures.
Yes, sir.
So we will do critiques of our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys want us to, because we really want to start doing competitions too. Now that the YouTube is live, thanks to that, buddy. Now that the YouTube is live, I definitely want to do that. Like I want to start doing competitions.
Yeah.
Like a monthly competition. Give everybody 30 days to get a picture, a topic, whatever we choose. And then Mike and I will also contribute pictures.
And we'll have a vote.
And we'll put it up on the story of all of our social medias. But there will be no name attached to the pictures, and we need to find a way to vote for them evenly so that the YouTube channel that I showed you, right? They go through and count each one.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them have like 35,000 votes. That's not happening. Sorry. There's got to be a better way. Billy Mays here. Yeah, there's got to be a better way, and we'll figure it out. But then you guys can vote for it. If one of you guys beat us, then maybe Mike and I'll throw you like a free print or something.
Yeah.
We want it to be interactive, but at the same time, when we're going through these pictures, we'll critique them.
Right.
We'll critique them.
Hopefully we'll have an Instagram page up soon too.
Oh, I keep forgetting. Yeah, we do need to do that.
It's okay. We're busy bees.
I'm tapped out on Instagram. I have the Wahoo Photography Tours one. I have my personal one. I have 2 photo ones, and then I have a like a marketing one for.
You have like limited accounts.
5, unless they changed it. You're limited to 5, but I can delete one of them. It's not really a big deal because it's one that I'm not using anymore. I mean, my personal one. Shoot, I got locked out of that anyway. I can't.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it sucks. It's really annoying. Yeah, but that'll be it. So if
we'll
you guys,
figure it out.
yeah, it'd be perfect. You guys have any ideas about anything content? Like do you guys want to see?
Comment down below.
Let us know. Yeah, comment down below. That's right. We can say that now. Comment down below, and we're not going to be
comment, subscribe.
We're not going to be those douchey guys who are like smash that like button, subscribe, hit the bell, do whatever you.
If we do, you can roast us in the comments. Like you turn into those guys. Huh?
What if our listeners say it in the comments? Smash that like button, right?
Yeah.
It's like Peter McKinnon. 2 Minute Tuesdays.
What's
up, everybody? Do you know how many people like when he goes out in public, they ask for him to do like that on a video, like live for them? It's so cool to me to see such a likable person being. What's up? She's like 2 Minute Tuesday. Never 2 minutes either.
Never. He tries. He has a counter.
I love that he keeps the counter up there too. And it goes on like I think the longest 2 Minute Tuesday I saw was like 13 minutes, and he was like, "This is like 7 2 Minute Tuesdays in a row."
Yeah, this is too much. I think
2 Minute Tuesday, 3 Minute Thursdays.
Yeah,
5 Minute Fridays.
Tag Peter McKinnon in our comments to see if he'll watch these.
That would be so dope. Just so like Peter, not even a comment, dude. Just like if you just liked it, that would be like that's like
no.
It's like that's like a bucket list thing for me.
It's like it's up there.
To have him just like one of my pictures.
Peter McKinnon, please like one of our things on in our
super
lives.
Dope.
Yeah.
Of course, now Mac is calling me. Mac, if you listen to this, you're calling me. Stop it.
Anyways, we're 54 into this.
Nice. It's pretty good. We're trying to keep it right around an hour. YouTube has certain algorithm requirements for them to push your content out more to be seen. It has to be more than 10 minutes. Anything over an hour is okay, but I mean, the attention span of most people isn't that long anyway.
Attention span of most people is like 3 seconds. So.
Yes. Well, that's why a lot of stuff now is supposed to be very short. Like even Instagram has an algorithm specifically how long people listen. Yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, I hope you guys are still enjoying it. Please, we love being interactive with you guys. Comment at what you guys want to see. Let us know if there's things we can improve. You want to bring the cat back in? Easy peasy. Yeah. She's meowing in this other door anyway. We're super open to it.
Follow our socials.
Absolutely. If you guys want
down below too.
They'll be all down there. If you guys want, yeah, you did that, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mike's on it. I don't even check on it anymore. If you guys want to be on the show, like you guys are photographers, videographers, any kind of artists, really, if you guys want to come on the show, let us know. We'll bring you on. If you live away from here, we'll figure something out. Easier if you were just here, though.
We can go back to the COVID times of Zoom meetings and stuff.
Right.
Never mind.
Or you can travel to Reno and we can go to Tahoe and stuff. We'll hang out together.
Yeah.
It'll be super dope. So, yeah, if you guys made
we'll be doing like a golf podcast soon.
Yes, I am so excited. Aaron is excited about that too.
Yeah.
I think
he'll come play with us, but he can't be on the pod. But that's okay.
I was going to see if he'd do the video for us.
Yeah.
One of the guys in my dealership, Bradley, he's a big dude. He's a good golfer though. I'm sure he'll be there. So we can have a foursome with just the 4 of us. And we can have Bradley on the podcast. He's got a good voice, good looking guy, super nice guy, family guy. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Cool. Yeah. I appreciate you guys. Every single one of you. Seriously, you guys are all amazing. I'm glad the YouTube is up and running. Let us know what you guys think. I'm going to check out the video tonight myself. I just want to see, I didn't even know it was live. My amazing co-host didn't tell me. It was a surprise. I'm glad.
Surprise.
So actually, I mean, the viewers are the ones that told me. It's awesome. I'm super happy about it. So if you guys made it this far, I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Every single one of you. Thank you for everything. And we'll see you next week.
Later.